Hello and welcome back to the Morningscape podcast. I am your host, DJ Mitchell, here with Matt Moody to draft best puck. Really not a whole lot else to talk about. Matt, how are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful, and actually kind of chilly August Wednesday?
Chilly. We're calling it chilly.
It was like 60 here today.
That sounds
just rained.
Wonderful.
I'm not complaining. It wasn't a complaint as much as I have a jacket on because we have all the ACs going in the house, and I'm like, I'm not turning them off. But it is 62 right now in Buffalo. 62.
That's good. I thought we were here to complain about the Athletics 32nd ranking for the Buffalo Sabres front office.
Complain? That couldn't be a truer statement.
I don't know. Only one team in the league is traded for Ryan McLeod. So...
How is my Wi-Fi bad? Is my Wi-Fi still bad? Is it just always bad? Even though I'm right next to the box?
It's always bad.
Or is it fine? Okay.
Yeah, you're very delayed.
I feel like it should be good.
No, wait, no, hold on, wait. I don't know. I'm watching you.
I think
I'm watching you.
You know,
and hearing you, and sometimes it's off, sometimes it's on.
I honestly think it's because I restarted my computer and it's still loading things because Spotify just opened up over everything. It waited like 5 minutes. I think it's going to be fine. If it gets bad, I'll leave and come back in, but I think we're actually good. Yeah, Buffalo Sabres, biggest joke in all of sports. If people cared about hockey as much as they care about water polo, it probably would be, people most people would know it. Pretty bad.
If you told me trade straight up the Sabres front office for the Seattle Kraken front office, you're really telling me you'd be like, yep, I want the Seattle Kraken.
I don't know. That's actually an interesting question. We've had the general manager before, and I think he was worse. I don't know. I think it's, again, like, there's this perfect encapsulation, I feel like, of everything wrong with the Sabres in the one sentence by Kevin Adams being like, yeah, we don't have freaking palm trees. And it's like, that is the problem. Like, you have to own what you are. You have to embrace what you are. You cannot pretend like, the world is out against you, because if you let that be known and you put that energy out there, everybody that's on this stream has worked a job. And if you work for an owner and a manager and people that are victims, it bleeds into the culture of everything you do. If you work for people who are like, we're going to scrap, we are underdogs, we're going to make the most of this, we don't have everything, it bleeds into the organization. And the fact that the Sabres cover up for their owner, who is a thundering idiot, and try to make all these excuses to keep their jobs, bleeds into the organization. It is a loser organization run by losers. I don't know what else to say. And it infuriates me every day. I wake up every morning and I cry as I think about all the choices in my life that I've made that have made me a Sabres fan. There's not much more to say. There's nothing else to say. The talent has been there. It's still there. It's going to be there next year. Are they going to fucking win? No.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole, I'm not done with the article yet, but the rankings are very interesting, I will say.
I did not read all of them. I did read the Sabres, of course, and I read a few others. I have not read them all.
Yeah. Let's just say the Moods front office ratings. I did submit mine. I was one of the 500 sickos who went through the entire league and did it. They look nothing like this. I didn't save them. That would have been very cool if I had saved them, though, to do a comparison. And then complain about stuff. I don't
even think the hardcore NHL fan is at your level of degeneracy. Like, we are true. Like, for everything you could say about me or you, actually, I'll separate us. For everything anyone could say about me, there is a level of sicko with my hockey fandom that is very, very bad, like mentally unwell. Yours is different than mine in many ways, but yeah, I think that most people, like most people don't sit there at 1 a.m. watching the LA Kings and Seattle Kraken. And we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Happily.
It's like, that's the problem.
Sitting here clapping like a seal. Yeah. Give me more. I
think a lot of people get a very negative connotation of like a team based on the, like, very little window they have into it. Not saying we have a ton. I mean, but I do think the amount of content I consume is 90% hockey.
Yeah.
Like I watch all the podcasts too. Like I listen to all the people talk about all the things and have all the other friends.
That is some sick shit, I will say.
I watch some that I'm like, these people are fucking idiots. And I just sit there like, I'm a SEAL too.
I don't know. I don't like listening to people talk about things I feel like I'm an expert at, because I just sit there and I go like, why do I care what you think? But then I listen to people talk about other stuff and I'm like, that is so interesting. So I think that says more about me than anything else.
James when Wisniewski was on the Empty Netters, basically began this whole monologue on how you can't win with Quinn Hughes as your number one defenseman. And I'm just sitting here just like, I don't like, it's not even that like I'm gonna sit here and poke holes in what he's saying, because what he's saying is it was just complete nonsense, like not big enough, not tough enough, doesn't hit enough. I'm not gonna sit here and poke. It's like, what do you gain by saying this? Like, I just don't understand. Like where it was no quantitative analysis whatsoever.
Do you want to take a guess as to James Wisniewski's height?
It wasn't big. He was like 6 foot tall. I didn't understand it. Like I was just watching this, just like, what the fuck are you even doing? Like,
he is 5'11". Quinn Hughes is 5'10", and I don't think Quinn Hughes is 5'10". But I also don't think that James Wisniewski is the only NHL defenseman whose height is properly listed.
Like it was just this. It was just nonsense. I mean, it really. I'm just sitting there, just like, so I don't care. I'm enjoying this. Like I'm having fun, and then kind of going over really like, yeah, well, Werenski maybe, and I'm like, because of 4 inches, like there's nothing else you could argue to me. Like it was. Dude, I'm telling you, you should seek this out. It's worth watching for the pure hate of it all. But then today, I don't think you saw this because you probably. I mean, I don't check Instagram that much either, but they had Kyle Clutterbuck on the Spitting Chicklets podcast. Of course, I didn't watch or listen to it. I don't really care. Those guys. The problem with the Spitting Chicklets podcast is they make it unlistenable by just being so fucking annoying. Sometimes I struggle through it, but I just can't sit there and listen to them talk for too long. But they asked Clutterbuck about having Cronin as the assistant coach, and he told some stories. So I did send that to you so you can watch it.
Okay. Well,
he basically just called him a psychopath.
Yeah. All right. I will seek that out. All right. Other things to cover. I did write 2 newsletters over the weekend. I will not go over them in detail. You should go read them on my newsletter, moods.beehive.com. But I will just show quickly what they were to get you a little interested, So here's the newsletter homepage, just all the stuff. Everything I've written ever is here. Well, not ever, but everything I've written since I founded the newsletter in September of 2023 is here. I did an update to the 2025 manifesto with some new fancy charts and strategy discussions. So make sure you check that out. I updated for the new scoring settings of the 2025-26 season. And then I also did my first player takes, which includes a picture of me as a kid with kitties, because it's a Garfield themed newsletter. So there you go. I talked about players like Matvei Michkov and Dylan Cousins. Basically, I used a middle point of the season and said, what if we only looked at their season after this date? For example, Cutter Gauthier was legitimately one of the best permanent players in the entire NHL. He was basically Alex Ovechkin post 4 Nations break. Now, he didn't play much, so that helps, but it's not hard to see why he's been steamed up the draft boards despite having done very little in his NHL career to this point. So I thought it was a real interesting concept. I really enjoyed it, so I hope you do too. But we're here to do drafts. I am firmly underway of slow draft hell here. Just in all the lobbies.
I was going to say 2 things. Number 1, I did read the manifesto. Very, very good. Very digestible. I mean, I think like you could not know hockey at all, or know someone that doesn't know anything about hockey that just maybe wants to draft, or maybe they do know about hockey, but like want to try their first draft. It was very digestible content. Very good job.
Shall we
I am
draft?
through. Yeah, I just got to get. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. So hopefully it doesn't fill instantly.
I will wait.
NHL, best puck, enter, and confirm.
Okay.
I'm through Cutter Gauthier on the second one. So still, I had it up
Ooh,
with reading through it before
you've
we
got
started.
you've got some good stuff coming.
I thought I was almost done, honestly. I was like, I could finish this before we start. And then I was like, oh
I
no,
think
I fucking can't. I was like, no, I cannot. So
yeah.
yeah, I got through Cutter Gauthier. Wait, was Cutter Gauthier and then JT Miller? I think it's been Justin JT Miller. I don't think I
I
finished
think
JT Miller. I think that's where I was. So yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
I am grinding through that. I'm gonna do a YouTube short after we finish. I think trying to do it during was unnecessary. I thought it was pretty funny, honestly. But I'm gonna do one on the Michkov, just focusing on Michkov, because what is funny is that two of the players, Cutter Gauthier, I don't want to give up too much, but yeah, there was a good mention of Quentin Byfield, were players I covered in my first short, which was 4 players long in 1 minute. I think maybe 1 player in 1 minute is just a better strategy for me.
That does seem more like your speed. Actually, no, that sounds more like my speed. I feel like DJ speed is actually to cover 47 players in 1 minute somehow, but not actually say anything about anyone.
Well, what I think I want to do is actually, I know. No, I was. The thing is you wrote that article 2 days ago. It's not like it's insane that I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, well, I can listen to podcasts and work. I cannot read and work. Like, I can barely listen to podcasts and work anymore. I'm just too busy, so I'm just listening to music now. But
he's very important, people. Don't forget
the
that.
The most important person east of the Mississippi. So yeah, no, really good stuff. Definitely, everybody would incredibly recommend, of course. And I'll be linking it back in the short. But I do think my first YouTube short was a solid 5 out of 10. And it got so many snap views, and then it just never got viewed again. Like, it had 100 views in like 20 minutes, and I was at 126. I don't know how that works, but I'm going to try to play with some SEO bullshit and just mess around and see if anything catches fire. I think I can make it look a little bit better. I think I could add more highlights. I'm going to, and I think, honestly, I mentioned this to somebody that knows some things, and they were like, yeah, you can't do it. Like, doing it while streaming, this is going to look worse. Like, do it separately. So yeah, I try it out.
Okay. Makes sense. Thoughts. So the new draft board is out. Remember last stream, it didn't work. I think this looks good. If the people want me to zoom in more, I can. That probably would just lead to us doing the same thing as before, where our pictures are in the middle type deal. But I think this looks nice. So if you want more zoom, I can get that. But yeah, I think this is workable now with this new draft board out. And then obviously I can also blow it up too, depending on where we are in the draft.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, haven't drafted a ton of teams. I'm up to. Again, I'd say I haven't drafted a ton of teams, as if it's a normal thing to have 25 teams drafted by August 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done as much as I would have liked. It is sort of the every night's kind of a new situation of like how many or how fast drafts are filling and stuff. So yeah, this will be 24 actually that we do right now. So we'll get hopefully down to my 25th draft. I think my biggest takeaway overall, and this is probably across all sports, but I think I mentioned this when we talked about Stamkos last time, but it really feels like the players that disappointed last year, even if we try to steam them up, even if we try to tell people like reason for optimism, they continue to fall. It just feels like there's no convincing people that a player can get hot again or get back to normal. Definitely teams that disappointed last year are a bigger catalyst of this. Teams that did not live up to the expectation. And part of it could be the stacking element where we're telling people to stack more, and then they're looking at these players that they don't want to draft. And it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy of all these players sort of slipping down the line. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where everything lands. A big part of your manifesto talking about being able to project that accurately is incredibly important, but is it worth concerning yourself with now as much as trying to do everything as possible to meet every micro edge? You know, can't really predict all the future. I've been surprised at some players that have continued to fall, as I'm saying, and others that have risen, even though it feels like there's no reason for them to rise. So yeah, we'll see what ends up shaking out. We're not going to be perfect, but is there anything in your early drafts that you want to point out as far as a player or maybe just a tendency that you've noticed?
Not really. I've only done a few. I think I've only done the drafts on stream start to finish since since your wedding. So I guess that's what, a week, 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks
on Friday.
Yeah.
2 weeks. She hasn't left yet. Am I right?
It's a miracle. So yeah, with that in mind, I have a lot of slow drafts cooking, but they're not very far in. Like the furthest along I'm in is sixth round. So I don't really have a ton of like completed. I'm at 29 completed drafts. I'm pretty sure I had 24, 25 before the wedding. So I tried to join one last night because I shared this in the Discord, but I'm trying to use my YouTube channel for like shortened drafts. So like if you just want to watch, 15 minutes where I talk about all my picks and whatever strategy angles or whatever the hell I want, I'm going to post that on my YouTube channel. Again, if you read my newsletter, it's all linked in there and stuff. So just find it. There's nothing up right now, so you're not missing anything. But I tried to join a draft last night and I sat there for like 45 minutes and nothing happened. So
I haven't even subscribed yet.
Yeah.
What's it again? Is it Fake Moods? Was it?
I think so. I don't actually know. At Fake Moods,
realized.
Maybe. I mean, again, you're not missing anything, so it's not like I've been out here touting it. I think I posted it in the Discord once, and then in the
designs.
newsletter.
Interesting.
At Fake Moods. Yeah, if you just do youtube.com/@fakemoods, the same way you would do at NHL DJ, it brings you to my page.
Oh, you have 18 subscribers. No, you have 19.
Nice. Let's go.
You're rich again.
Still need 500. We've got 9 people in here. We theoretically should be able to fill a draft.
I will now read off my top 10 exposures at this point because we haven't filled yet.
Okay.
Number 1.
Please, people join so DJ just shuts the fuck up.
Number 2, Cutter Gauthier. So I have lived up to my standards of players that I cannot stop drafting. I said these are players I cannot stop drafting. My top 2 guys, the 2 guys that I said I cannot stop drafting. Just below, tied with Cutter, is one less draft. I have Morgan Riley in that same bucket of guys I said I cannot stop drafting. But the one that I said I cannot stop drafting that I honestly only have 2 shares of is UC Saros. And I thought I had way more. I just feel like maybe I'm not getting as lucky as I thought. Because I did lie about that one, I guess. I was like, wow, 2 of 23 is not that great. So, yeah, I have a lot more. Andrew has probably been the guy I've taken the most of lately, just continuously getting kind of put into that category. Oh,
there we go. All is right with the world. All is right.
I have a Shea Theodore jersey. Should I pull it out?
I would be offended if you didn't, but also I do not care. All these top exposures are pretty obvious, I think, if you've listened to anything I've done in the last 74 years.
So Quentin Byfield, I haven't seen him yet.
I think I have 1. No, I have 2.
2.
I have 2 Byfields. I'm not fully in on prototypes of players that don't really shoot a ton, so
cowardice at best, but
no, it's just personal preference. DJ, would you like to tell Winnie about this hat?
Oh, yeah, he's correct. I went to the Sabres garage sale and I bought those hats for $5, and I got one for you, got one for my brother-in-law, got one for myself, and I got a new pair of hockey pants. that are Ambrose colors that I've been wearing while I play. Played last night. It's fun. I like to play hockey. I don't know. Call me crazy. I like the sport. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a basement dwelling virgin that doesn't play.
Yeah, well, I feel like that could be true even if I was playing hockey once a week, but okay.
I play normally 3 times a week, and right now it's only 2, but actually that league just ended, so it's really back to 1 time a week now until September.
All right, Stoner's here. Gosh, we really need to fill this draft before Stoner gets into the joke telling.
All right, let me tweet about it. That always helps.
DJ, you strike me as a beer league grinder, like to play the body. Oh boy, DJ, would you like to tell me about your beer league exploits? Sorry, would you like to tell the audience about your beer league exploits?
I play defense 90%, 95% of the time. Definitely more of a stay-at-home guy. I am not, I wouldn't say a grinder, but when playoffs come around, I've been known to take a penalty or 2. Yeah, I mean, I've scored goals. I do score once in a while, but I'm way more of a pass first type of guy. Yeah. It's just like the problem with playing beer league defenseman is you're not winding up taking clappers anymore. You know what I mean? Some people do.
Yeah.
I block a lot of shots too. I feel like I really am the embodiment of Chris Tanev, and like, yeah, I'd say
I was thinking more Cody Ceci, but
I'd love to get paid $9 million to play for the San Jose. Where is he now? No, LA Kings.
Yeah.
Who is your NHL comp? I mean, yeah, I think my NHL comp is honestly, I don't know. I'd like to think it's Jake Wallman, but it's probably Cody Ceci.
All right, my NHL comp would have been Jesse Puljujärvi.
I could see that.
Absolutely. He could do whatever you wanted him to do. Or sorry, he knew what he's supposed to do. He knew where to be. He just couldn't fucking do it. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like Matt, you had the Sam Reinhart in you, but you just couldn't quite get the feet going fast enough.
You know, they called me the Picasso on the ice, but unfortunately I was born without hands. So
yes, honestly, that may have just been it. You could see a play coming a mile away and never get to the point of making the play happen.
Yeah.
But you go, sometimes you did. But yeah, it's and I was just, I was like, man, if that guy could skate, he could be okay.
Yeah.
I can skate, but obviously not at the level of some others. But I think out of everyone from our high school hockey days, I have continued my career the longest.
Yeah. God, what does that make you?
Yeah. Does anybody else?
Are you the Matt
Martin?
Like, are you the Matt Martin of like, you know, just absolutely plugging away years and years later? Because we got off the ice of our senior year, we lost our playoff game, and I think I've skated once since then, playing hockey.
I had a bunch of friends in college that played club hockey. I didn't. I mean, it was just very expensive, and even if I wanted to play, I was probably not going to be a factor on the club team all that much, anyways. And I skated with them once in a while. And then when I got out of working, a buddy was like, "We need guys so bad. Our team is absolutely dreadful." So me and my buddy Zach started playing, and kind of caught the bug and never looked back. I love it. I think it's just, the best way to keep doing something. I don't know. I mean, stay in shape and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely the live barns make me look slower than I am. It's not my fault. It's the angle. And yeah, no, it's the best. I mean, I'd play 5 nights a week if I could, but when I play 3 nights a week, I'm often absolutely dead on Saturday.
All right, Bates, no excuses, be a champion. Just
yeah, we need 3 Bates. It's time. They've been filling fast. I was worried.
I haven't done any NFL best ball. I frankly don't care. Like I do some around the NFL draft. That's like when I was actually catching the itch. But now it's hockey season. I don't care about NFL best ball. I have some tickets that I'll use, but nothing currently.
Mainly just getting tickets and draft. I mean, I'm up to like maybe 20 teams. I have been probably lifetime positive in football, I would assume, but it's not much, just because of one team on drafters that won 7,500. I just don't think the juice is worth the squeeze at all. I mean, there's just not a good contest, really, in my opinion, to draft for football that makes me like, unless if you're going to legitimately draft like a bunch of the high stakes shit, and I'm just not going to invest the time or money into it. So, no, I mean, I honestly think there is an edge to like not caring as much as most people do about football, because people are.
I genuinely think us doing those freaking like NFFC type stuff like on YouTube, like obviously we have like 10 people who would watch, but people would love that. But I could not imagine not putting that football money into DFS. Like I just love DFS so much more than like season long drafts and waivers and all that shit. So I just save the money for, you know, the spy and shit.
Yeah, I really do think that like I mean, just this year, I basically, you know, no offense to our friends at Underdog, but I'm just not drafting football on Underdog. It's just like DraftKings is so much less sharp, or however you want to put that. Like,
God.
like the what?
Go ahead. You can finish your thought.
I am so sick of drafting best ball manias and getting my my cheeks handed right back to me. When I go on DraftKings and I'm in lobbies with people taking Josh Allen in the first round, and I'm just like, oh, I'm home. So yeah, I'll probably end up with 25 football teams, and I'll probably end up watching 25 minutes of football, although I'm being potentially dragged to a Bills game again this year, kicking and screaming.
You can just say no. You can just say no. It's a very good life skill.
I'm considering it. I just don't care. Like, I go to a Bills game and I have fun, and then it's like, I just, you know what, to be honest, I'm just not going to get up and drink at 10 a.m. anymore. It's just not probably going to be me any longer. So I go in like half buzzed. I don't want to pay for beers, and I end up being tired and just being like, why did I do this? And $400 later, I'm just on my way home. Great.
Well done. Yeah, the Eliminator contest was super cool. It filled before I was even thinking about drafting football, though. Like, I had no interest in July or whatever, because it filled like last week. So if it were open through, you know, next week, I might consider it. Because like my work league does their draft, I think, next Monday. So like after that, I'll probably be like, oh, like maybe, you know, oh, this blah 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 blah. But now it's just like I don't know. All right, Bates. There are two aspects to the manifesto. Get your ass in you. We need one more. 2 drafts. There were 2 aspects I updated. One was ADP value. Basically, it showed that even though, well, by the way, the best player on the website last year had no interest in ADP value. So it should tell you that when the trends are so strongly positive in favor of getting ADP value in your draft room, you know, don't reach down the board too much. Basically, any team that reached got killed if they did it consistently. And I talked about why that is. That's the other one. Sort of the other aspect of that is closing line value. And last year, in last year's manifesto, I showed that like all of the dudes who got steamed 2 years ago smashed. Last year, that did not happen. You know, guys like Bedard were steamed up the board. And for the large part, all of them failed. So like the closing line value wasn't nearly as strong a signal, but yet it just kind of showed the strength of getting unique combinations by current ADP and not like leaving yourself open to attacks from the field. You know, that's basically the way I think about it. Your 2v2s, you're losing them if you reach down the board. Once you get to the playoffs and you have the nuts players, the other people in the playoffs will have the nuts players with better players. That's basically the theory of not giving up ADP value. And the other part is stacking. Stacking is very important. You should read to find out why. Okay, we're live. We're live. Did Bates joined? Oh, I sold Bates.
Next to you. You're the master of Bates. Yep, I am absolutely not gonna sing any Bon Jovi song, especially "Living on a Prayer." Unfortunately,
looks like we got him anyway.
To benefit everybody, we have everything. We have everybody. It's the DJ Moods Bates back to back to back. This is definitely a friends and family. I think I recognize every name, but maybe one. The 9-hole long
Linguini.
Linguini. I don't know if I know that one. I think I know. I definitely know everyone else. That one's I'm not positive on. But yeah, no, good manifesto callback, and yeah, I'm gonna let the FBI know you're writing multiple manifestos, and that's really all that there is to it.
I mean, they already shut down Leone. That's why he didn't do a manifesto this year. So I gotta keep keep it going.
Is there a correlation between people that grew up in Western New York and writing manifestos on fantasy sports? Who's to say?
There's a reason that Buffalo sports fans get into fantasy. Being a Buffalo sports fan is not any fun.
Not where I come from. Sabres Cup 26. Like we said right off the start. So Kucherov 4, Matt goes Pasternak 5, Bates on the clock now. Leon, I mean, pretty much a standard draft. I really wanted to get Matthews, but Wookie takes him at 3. Makes perfect sense. I think the beginning of drafts for Austin Matthews was going like 5, 6. It's going to be the time to really have had it all. I wonder if anyone got a Nylander Matthews stack. I'm guessing yes.
I would have. Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna look back through.
Be shocked if they didn't.
Yeah, probably. Wow, Linguini 9, snags Hellebuck, trying to make the hockey drafting pool a little bit easier for others. Makar at 10. I feel like every time I click Cale Makar, a piece of me dies, but I know it's the right pick sometimes. Have you been taking Cale Makar in the 8, 9, 10 spot?
No, I don't think I have a single share. Pretty sure we had the same conversation last week. I don't think I just don't think elite defenseman is all that good. I just like the wings so much, and there's so many good mid to late round D-men that I think pop every year.
I think you still get one if you get him at 9, and you can then shut it down at defense and go 2. And I think that could be a decent little pivot.
You could. I also just like Dahlin so much. It's like, why would I spend one of these top 2 picks on Makar, Quinn Hughes, Werenski? That's just Dahlin just does all of the fantasy things, and like I don't know what to tell you. Beautiful. All right, Bates, what you doing? Consult the manifesto.
All right, Matt.
I will grab.
Yep. I'm taking the other one that you don't take, so
I'm gonna grab Panarin here.
All right, I will take Vasilevsky this time. We'll see what gets back to me, but I've been neglecting Vasilevsky and taking way too much Ottinger because I always think he's going to get back to me, and he normally does. So now I'm way over on Ottinger, and I just kind of want to spread that exposure out a little bit between the two. Don't think there's a massive delineation between them, but I think there's enough that Vasilevsky should be marginally in a better spot. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
what are your thoughts on the Hughes Celebrini start from McCurds here?
Truly insane. I just don't see how Celebrini obviously I can see how Celebrini gets there. I just don't think he's going to get there in the magnitude people are drafting him right now. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to be a 0%er, but I think I might end up with like 2 of 150, to be honest, at this point where he's going in a standard draft.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. Basically, when you look at the center board, I think Tage is significantly more likely to just have a nuclear season. I honestly think I might like Sid more than Celebrini, but I don't know. Like Sid is just so dependable year in and year out. It's like we don't know what Celebrini's actual ceiling looks like. Like, is it a fantasy guy who does it all himself, or is it more of like the Sid like distributor? In which case, Sidney Crosby is, the best to ever do that. So, all right, we're taking Werenski in the 3rd round, I guess. So I guess I'll take him there because if not, then when?
Yeah. I was
So
debating
that's
between
cool.
Crosby or Werenski, and I just decided to go Crosby this time. Don't have much of him either. Would like to get a little bit more.
So I guess if I just poo-poo certain picks right before I'm on the clock, then I'll get them at the turn later. So I guess I'll just be doing that for.
Well, yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
I will be streaming my next 120 drafts if anyone wants to watch them.
nobody likes to draft Werenski in the smart drafts, and in all of the drafts where it's not on stream I've been in, he goes like 18th, 19th.
Yeah.
I've seen him go higher. I mean, it's like it's an obvious bad pick. It's clearly a landmine. I mean, again, he would need to repeat to meet that expectation, and even if he repeats, you're taking up an incredibly valuable roster spot in the top 2 rounds. That's probably better served not with defense. So I just don't see any scenario that it actually makes sense. I think in the 3rd round where you took him, it does. I think he should be 30. Like 30 is about right. My issue is I actually think Bouchard's better than him. So I probably still go Bouchard over him, but it's close.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just one of those things that if Werenski does it again, now I'm going to be the guy with Pasta and Panarin, and that's just people aren't going to have that, because
yeah.
it's going to be Pasta and Ovechkin or Pasta and Caulfield, and no one's going to be able to afford Panarin there. So maybe like the first 2 drafts, but I'll take my chances. Again, that's what the current ADP shows. There's actually a huge discussion about it in the Dog app on Discord, because something interesting that happened in the baseball space is a guy I don't even know if you saw this, CJ. A guy advanced 109 of 150 in the Dinger, like the flagship MLB contest.
Yeah.
And he advanced 0 out of the 2nd round, like a stone 0 for 109. And I think it was 1 out of 10 advance. So we were talking about that in the Discord. I am on the clock here. I'm just gonna grab Gunther. I have a sense this is gonna be a wing slappy type room, so go get my guy, and we'll see how it comes back to me.
I'll take Hagel to go with Kucherov. So I know
And
it's not like. Oh, sorry, what?
yeah. So anyway, in the dog app discussion, we were talking about Roto Rinkrat, who kind of took a similar approach last year. I think he drafted a bit more intelligently than this guy who clearly just sent some ranks that were really good and went on auto. Like he was like 75% of like 4 different players, versus Rinkrat was just like 75% of 2 goalies basically, that he took in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. We talked a lot about like why that can happen and all the theory behind it. There's a lot there, but if you're in the Moinsgate Pod Discord, you can just look up Roto Rinkrat or the Dinger discussion. Like search is easy to do in Discord. So anyway, you were saying?
No, I was going to derail the conversation, but honestly, I do think it's an important one. That's kind of my mentality in all sports when drafting in any, best puck or whatnot. God, this is difficult. I feel like I'm very 50-50 here.
Are you going to hand me? I mean, you're going to hand me one of 2 awesome picks, I think.
I think there's 3 debatably very good picks here. I'm going to go with my favorite one.
I figured.
In Matt Bay. It's JT or Matt Bay, but I was going to say before you click the button, are you considering Marchenko to go with Werenski? But I guess the answer to that was not as much as JT Miller.
Not really. I mean, full disclosure, there's other CBJ pieces that I would rather stack. So one in particular given price. So, but ultimately with this type of value, I'm not overly forcing a CBJ stack either. Because it's not like I'm saying, oh, Columbus has to be the nuts team in order for this team to be really good. It's just like, no, Werenski just has to be fine. Like the price I'm getting him, like that's not like a huge bet I'm making versus, when I take Panarin slightly ahead of ADP, I want to bet on the Rangers being, that nutted type team, just to make sure my teams have proper texture and, will fit in nicely within my portfolio, as the nerds call it, those finance nerds.
No, and I think this draft is kind of a good indication for both of us in many respects of drafting players that we don't always draft just after ADP. Like I have almost no Crosby, and his ADP has continued to fall, but I think the 30 range is correct. 30 to 32, 33. I think it's my second share. It's also my first or second share of Vasilevsky, and your situation, I'm guessing that's one of your first shares of Werenski. I'm guessing don't have a ton of JT Miller, but when you have Panarin and Miller's gonna fall to you, you kind of it's perfect go time to maybe. I mean, unless if I'm wrong, you drafted more JT Miller than I know of.
I mean, it's a good question. I don't actually know. I don't think I have any. Okay, I had one. I had one share before now.
So it's like, I think it's just a good embodiment of kind of the third part of the conversation where, your manifesto maybe didn't get into, because it's not really a manifesto question. The question of, is it worth getting way, way over on a player? In my opinion, no. I said it last year. Like there were various scenarios where I went over on players, but those scenarios were pretty tactical in my opinion. I was very I think it's after round maybe 7 or 8 is when I start to say this is where I could get overweight on a guy, and I do it early. And if it gets steamed, I stop. I just don't think you're coming out ahead, because all the money's won in the final 2 weeks. Like you cannot tell me you can predict for the final 2 weeks. You can't even, and really the final 2 weeks are get there anyways. Like this guy did everything you possibly could have wanted and more, and still fucking fell on his face. So yeah. Oh boy. Tricky spot here. You know what? I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna take Mark
dropping. He's taking the sinking stones.
I'm gonna get my big ADP faller and see if I can't. We're gonna see. There's all right. One of the guys that I would have taken over the other guy went.
Yeah. Well, what could you possibly mean with taking Mark Scheifele and then not speaking? No one here has any idea what you were just planning.
Well, there's 2 players that I'm considering, because 2 players could stack in very nicely.
Let me consult my my books, make sure I can figure out who those players might be, because I have no idea.
It could be very difficult to. Well, actually, technically 3, I guess, but 2 are obvious. Konechny was sort of the third because Michkov, but no, I mean, never mind that. I'll just take Victor Hedman instead of Morrissey, because I have Kucherov, Hagel. I think that's a really nice little 3-man. But Morrissey was the backup plan. I was like, I could either take Hedman or Morrissey, and I could just take Scheifele now. I don't think Morrissey's going to get back to me in 16 picks, but whatever. Fuck it.
I have a sense I'm going to lose out on goalies. So let me just take a quick peek if there's anything.
Well, you have 5 seconds, so.
Yeah, I have 5 seconds. That's enough time.
Okay, fine. Take Jacob Markstrom. Congratulations.
Yeah. I was just seeing if I could break a tie between goalies at ADP. I don't think I have any strong goalie stands at this point.
Howard.
I guess I'm more anti some goalies than pro. I don't really see the case for Sam Montembeault here. I think that Dobish was good enough to at least warrant some consideration. And also, who's the guy they have in the system? They had a guy in the AHL last year who was decent, right?
They traded him. Caden Primo, or no?
There was someone else who started for them, I think.
Yeah, they traded. They
traded Primo. I remember that.
Yeah, maybe it was Primo they traded. I'm not thinking of the other guy. I don't know. Dobish will be the backup. I agree. He's actually a useful backup. I mean, the Devils did bring back Jake Allen as well, though. I mean, he's at least a backup in the league, and other teams would have signed him to be their backup, so holds some level of value. I mean, Washington as well. The next, Logan Thompson was unbelievable, and Charlie Lindgren was drafted last year because we really didn't know what that was going to lead to, but a very good backup. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely I think incredibly powerful to anchor yourself with one of the top goalies with a Vasilevsky type of pick that I have. Or you already took a goalie. Who was your first goalie?
I took Ullmark and Backstrom back to back.
Yeah, Ullmark feels decently safe in net, but we'll see. Well, there goes Morrissey. I actually thought for a second there, but
did it hurt?
Nah, I mean, in a million years, I didn't think he was going to drop 20 picks past ADP, but
yeah, no, I was. You said you thought for the first time, so
no, that I did not do.
okay,
Wow.
okay. Long Linguini's going to get his guys.
He is certainly not letting them slip.
Hellebuck, Spencer Knight.
Yeah, sure. Why not? You're about to potentially get a nice little piece to add to your roster. We'll see what you do though before we get ahead of ourselves. But I have an inkling.
Adam Fox is interesting. That said,
You could shut down defense there.
I honestly don't feel good about a room with Adam Fox and Zach Werenski as my two defensemen, so I think I'd want a third anyway. But I'm going to take Dylan Holloway.
All right.
I don't think Adam Fox is part and parcel to this team's success with Zach Werenski as such an ADP value.
Before I let it slip away too far, I'm going to grab Dostal to go with Vasilevsky. A Dostal, a guy that should see the net quite a bit without John Gibson. Who the fuck is the backup there?
All right. Wookie did take Adam Fox to go with his Sanderson. What did you say? Dostal?
No, I just said, who's the backup there? Why am I blanking?
They signed the fuck? Yeah, I do like the pick, but they signed someone after they traded. Ville Husso, was it?
Yeah, it was Husso. That's right. Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. I have my queue ready for the next pick. Will I? Nope. I will get Raquel, assuming he stays with Pittsburgh, to go with Sid the Kid.
Ooh.
We are building stacks and taking names. Fantilli.
Massive teardrop, I think. So I'm going to take Tom Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm fully in on the Tom Wilson experience because it's a way for me to bet on Connor McMichael without having to click the name Connor McMichael. So basically, Tom Wilson's going to do everything out there, but he's going to be able to do good things because McMichael. That's kind of the way I'm selling myself on it. But also, I mean, Tom Wilson, his role in that top power play is basically TJ Oshie. And we know what Oshie could do, and Tom Wilson just happens to have like some of the best rate stats in the league along with that. So like, yeah, it's fun. In my opinion.
So yeah, teams are looking pretty good. I have my Crosby, Raquel, my Kucherov, Hagel, Hedman.
Wait,
what?
Long Linguini, he's taking my guys. He grabs Dylan Strome.
Long Linguini is living. I don't think his team's gonna live long itself, but this guy's having fun. I mean, he's not throwing. Like, he's clearly like Tavares, Nylander, like Strome, Ovi. He's probably absolutely pissed you took Tom Wilson from him. Like, he's doing something. It's just gonna lose, but like, he's doing something.
He's doing something. The DJ Mitchell seal of approval. All right,
he's doing it.
This is not updating for some reason, which is fun.
I like a lot of guys in this range. A lot of guys.
Yes, I do agree. This is like the part of the draft where I'm just like, can I trade down? Can I trade down, 4 rounds to just get like 6 picks in this range? Just once to see what happens. Guys. Yep. There goes Mr. Shea Theodore. I mean, if Bates doesn't take Sergachev, that's a good thing to go with my Dylan Gunther.
Yep. I have that
Rust so many times. Option.
I know. I don't know how much Pittsburgh I want.
All right. I'm just going to grab Sergachev.
Yeah. I love Sergachev.
I don't love Sergachev. Not anything to do with his role or anything, but just like, I'm not sure that he has the upside to be drafted where, say, let's just take a look at the board. So let's say in a perfect world, Sergachev is going, 3 rounds earlier next year. Do I think he has the upside to be Victor Hedman? Possibly. Can he be any better than that? I don't know. That's kind of it's like if I'm getting 3 rounds of value, that's really cool, but I don't feel like that's like a mega smash, a la the
Yeah.
Zach Werenski's. Meanwhile, I think I can make a case for that happening for Shea Theodore, even for Miro Heiskanen. I don't know about Montour.
Yeah.
I certainly feel that way about Jake Chikrin, but you're probably going to take him ahead of me unless another name pops for you.
A name, I have a name that is in the queue above him right now.
Okay.
Still kind of thinking. I was between a couple guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do what I want to do instead of being smart
Let's
and
go.
take Cutter Gauthier again. Give me Beachcoff, give me Gauthier, or give me death.
All right. So yeah, I could go Logan Cooley. I only have one center, JT Miller. That sort of completes the stack. But I just love the tantalizing upside of Jake Chikrin, who could legitimately supplant John Carlson as the power play 1 defenseman and be an uber smash. Or they could just say, hey, we're going 2 defensemen on the power play this year, like they did for stretches last year. And that's another way. But Chikrin just feels like the perfect combination of safe and upside to me. So I don't love leaving my center room as just JT Miller while I'm basically done at defense and probably one other goalie. But I think I'll cobble something together with my wing start of Pasta, Panarin, and Gunther. That allows me to sacrifice some of my wing spots and turn them into centers.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, I'm feeling okay with Crosby, Scheifele to kind of avoid this, albeit a pretty solid center range. I like my wing room a good bit, but anytime I get the chance to add Cutter Gauthier to a mix, I just feel so much better about it. I've closed off goalie with Vasilevsky, Dostal, and Vijmelka. I just don't know if I'm willing to say that Chikrin is like the obvious bold case for Chikrin or Sergachev you can make. Like both of them are power play 1 and both of them have goal upside, and Chikrin more so than Sergachev. But then again, both of them could not be power play 1, and you're kind of taking a bit of a stab on either of them. But no issue with either of them, of course.
Let's grab Mika Zibanejad. JT Miller, Zibanejad, Panarin. I think those are the 3 guys with like the legit fantasy upside. Like Adam Fox certainly has fantasy upside, but if the Rangers are a top 5 team in the league, which I would be surprised if anyone were to tell me there's no way that could happen, I think it's through these guys having offensive smash seasons and not necessarily Adam Fox putting up 100 points or something.
Sometimes a guy just drops 30 picks almost past ADP, and you just take them, and I'm just gonna grab pins.
All right, so DJ's center room right now: Sid, Scheifele, and Rupe Hintz.
I don't want to do it. I was very much going to take, no matter what, Velarde, who Wookie took next, just to go with Scheifele. And I'm like, am I really going to close out my winger room in round 12 here? I mean, God, like there's so many centers sitting here that I love. So pretty happy with that pick. I don't know. Just taking 20 or like I said, 25 picks after ADP. Rupe Hintz feels pretty good. I know who I'll be taking next if they're still there. If they're not, I have my pivot. I was actually hoping to get one of these defensemen, and now I'm feeling like that's going to be not great. But we're gonna worry about that later.
All right, giant mark at the turn goes McAvoy and Riley. Let's see. So the stacks there: Point Gensel, McKinnon, Nachos. Okay, I see.
Boom. We close it. Freaking close it off with one more Byfield. I get Byfield. I get Cutter. I get Michkov. I win.
I'll just take Morgan Geeky. March is so super interesting to me here. Actually,
I love him.
I'm going to take Monahan instead. That's who I desperately wanted when I took Werenski, so I'll just take him. I think I don't know. If you told me 1v1 Geeky versus Monahan, I'm not sure what I would tell you, but obviously both guys stacked, so not a decision I'll lose any sleep over.
Hi, Nick Shields. Thank you for joining the chat and putting a bunch of nonsense in here. It's good to see you, buddy.
Let's go.
Been a while. Are you drafting with us? Are you Long Linguini? Is that the fabled Long Linguini who we don't know who it is? No, everybody else in this lobby.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Nick Shields, the noted LA Kings fan. So let me know, Nick. What LA Kings winning the cup this year? All they needed was to go get Cody Ceci.
I believe Nick Shields has been on the podcast. The longtime listeners will remember when DJ's friends would just barge into his dorm room when we were trying to record during college, and they'd be drinking on a Wednesday night, and
like, yeah. what are you doing? And be like, recording. Goes, don't stop, just leave. Like, I can't. Like, we're just finished. Hi. Like, okay. The glory days. Yeah, I feel good about this draft though.
We're rebuilding, he says. Fuck off. The Kings are not rebuilding.
The Kings are still good, and the people just don't want to admit it is really the problem.
The people are too scared to admit it. They're too scared to admit that Cody Ceci is literally not moving the needle whatsoever up or down for them. Yeah. Because Jordan Spencer's playing 4 minutes a night. So what does it matter if you're getting 30 minutes of Drew Doughty or 20 minutes of
no, you know what
Doughty,
I think it is?
10 of CC.
It's the Gavrikov of that people are overreacting to. Like, it's like he's good, but like, does it move the needle so far that you replace Gavrikov with CC and Dumoulin or whatever? Like, it's not nothing, but it's just probably not that important.
I'm a little tilted that Brett took Sam Ersson here. I'm basically screwed at goalie now.
Yeah, welcome to the danger zone.
Yep. Living dangerous here.
Honestly, I do think this was a direct quote from Nick. This is jumping. Are we live? It's like I've been sitting there like at my desk, like everything else. Yeah.
Spencer's traded because they signed Cody Ceci. So, or maybe it was vice versa, but all right. I'll take Tristan Jarry, whatever. If he's the backup somewhere else, I'll hope that their starter gets hurt.
Yeah, I got
definitely feel a little close to the sun, but what you gonna do?
I got to bet on a defenseman at some point, so I'll bet on John Carlson. The wheels could come off, but if they don't, he could definitely reach value at that ADP. I need defense in the worst kind of way right now. God, Hedman and John Carlson. Now we're cooking.
That board still sucks because when you scroll down, you can't see what the team name is. So I wish I could just like drag this up and down. That would be cool. At Underdog, let me do that. Just see this line. Let me click and drag it. Show more of the board. Donato goes.
Bad defenses.
Yeah, Linguini's kind of calmed down this last little bit.
Yeah,
he's taking guys around ADP.
Used the star method, and it stopped working the way it should have. But
yeah,
all right, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna think about my next pick for a while. Starting to worry about Brant Clark being a good pick, but I need upside real bad.
All right. I have put no thought into this next pick, which is great considering the time allotted.
Really?
I don't think St. Louis is a team that I can really. No, I have enough of
Lindholm.
I'm gonna go as Elias Lindholm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
basically if Cooley's scoring for my team, like I already have 3 Rangers, 2 of whom are almost certainly directly benefiting from his smash weeks. I don't know how much value he specifically brings to this team versus like when I just take his Zibanejad, then I think there's a little bit more reason for me to take a Will Cooley, because there's no way that guy's getting power play one time.
Okay.
But yeah, next.
I'm sorry. I'll let you
the next pick for me, I'm at 4 centers, 5 wings, 3D, 3 goalies. Obviously, D and goalie, I'm totally fine with. I think I can go 5 centers on this team if I wanted to. Obviously, you have to start 2 wings, but I have Pasta, Panarin, Gunther, Holloway, and Tom Wilson. Like Tom Wilson is, and he's going to accumulate. I think Holloway will too. Like Panarin's probably the only like lowish floor guy, and he's going to be a point per game player almost certainly. So I'm going to slightly lean toward wing in looking over my options here, but if there's a center that stands out, I have no problem clicking the button. However, let's see. Freddie Gaudreau, Jordan Stahl, Eric Howla, Anthony Richard.
Yeah.
None of those names stand out to me, in all honesty.
Josh Norris is probably your guy if you're grabbing the center for the goal upside. But I mean, I have the 4-5-3-3. I honestly considered like, could I take another defenseman, but I just don't even think it's necessary. I mean, if Victor Hedman isn't really, really good, I'm probably in a world of hurt, and I'm not making up for it by taking, Thomas Chabot at this point, like pretty cooked. So I'm probably going wing. I actually was considering Cole Perfetti, just saying he takes over the top power play and he could just be the guy I pair with Mark Scheifele, even if they don't get there at 5-on-5. Just, a spike week where Perfetti's passing and Scheifele's scoring makes sense, but he goes. So
what does Voronkov look like on a perm? Voronkov is a little better than I thought he would look.
He's not bad. He missed time last year. He's good. I'm going to just kind of go off the board a bit as far as taking a stackable piece instead of taking LaFerriere again. I'm going to take a Terry Lehkonen, just a guy that I've kind of a safety net pick for me over and over again. Believe he has a lot of upside playing with McKinnon.
I posted my thoughts on this in Discord, but what are your thoughts on Victor Olofsson signing in Colorado? Any?
I mean, not a ton, honest. I mean, my thought is that clearly they want one more guy to play potentially Lehkonen's spot on the power play, so maybe he does kick Lehkonen off that top power play, and if that's the case, Lehkonen is going to be a bad pick. But I worry that, I'm not as worried, I guess, about Olofsson stealing too much of that when he continues to lose that role everywhere he goes always and can't stay at 5-on-5. And I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts?
In general, my thought is that it makes the triumvirate of Nichushkin, Landeskog, and Lehkonen pretty risky because basically they need that top power play role net front in order to be usable, because I'm pretty sure Brock Nelson and Victor Olofsson are just so much more likely to fill the Rantanen role on the power play than one of those guys slipping to the outside, which I think was the case, for parts of last year. So it makes me think that obviously Brock Nelson, I think, is kind of a separate conversation because I think he's just better than Olofsson. But if they want him to be the center for the second power play unit, then he's going to be the center for that power play unit. There's really no Victor Olofsson's going to take the job from him by force or whatever. But I think there's just that less bailout potential for a guy like Lehkonen or Nichushkin where, okay, Gabe Landeskog's back. He's going to be our net front grinder. Now you don't have the luxury of saying, well, we're going to put this guy out wide who doesn't really belong out there, when you have Victor Olofsson who, actually does that. That's the one thing he does well. So it's not a huge deal. Again, if you're a Lehkonen guy, I don't think this should make you not a Lehkonen guy. But as someone who's been pretty leery of clicking Nichushkin, Landeskog, Lehkonen, that's sort of my excuse to be I'm just going to hope that, Olofsson throws enough wrenches at these guys so that they're just not in my consideration set. Anyway, before we get into another draft, just 1 second, I wanted to take a quick look at Dmitry Voronkov because I wasn't positive what I would find. And based on last year's stats on a permanent basis, he was actually above average in all of them. Nothing crazy. So, I'm not making him a clear target on his own or whatever. But if you find yourself in my situation where you're looking at Zach Werenski and his awesome output, Voronkov wasn't as good as the other guys, and Voronkov's not likely to have a top power play role with Boone Jenner filling that last year once he returned from injury. But I think it's at least possible. That top line should be pretty safe. And you look at the long term for Voronkov, he's also, showed decent enough rates in his career between the KHL and the NHL. And he's huge. He's a huge freak. And we love huge freaks here on the Morning Skate podcast.
And he doesn't speak English very well.
So speaking of huge freaks who don't speak English very well, DJ, what did your team look like?
Kucherov, Vasilevsky, Crosby, Hagel, Michkov. Scroll down because I'm already in the next lobby.
Oh, you're in the next lobby?
Yeah, we need 8. I have strong concerns that we may struggle to fill this one, but
all right. Well, we'll see.
I will let you join, and I can pull it up on my phone.
I got it. You can.
You got it. So yeah, Michkov, Scheifele, Hedman, Dostal, Hard Raquel, Vijmelka, Cutter Gauthier, the GOAT, Rupe Hintz, way after ADP, Quentin Byfield, as I always do, John Carlson, Brant Clark, and Arteri Lehkonen. Never an easy click in the last round. It's getting harder and harder as time goes on, and the players that were the easy clicks continue to get hoovered up. But I still feel good about Lehkonen. I get that the role could disappear and he could, fall by the wayside, but you just need that one special week. And he is certainly a guy that can fall into that situation. If he were to regain a role in a certain time period, he can score in bunches. So, give me a spike week.
Yeah, you have Cutter and Michkov, so he's not going to be needed to score at your wing slots at all anyway.
Right. I honestly think this team kind of cooked. But other than defense, I kind of regret not just taking a McAvoy or a Riley over Rupe Hintz a little bit.
So did you miss out on the Morrissey and Velarde? Like, did they just go on the other half of the board?
I went Hedman. Morrissey goes just a bit after him. Morrissey slipped, but didn't get back to me. And then the debate was
that's right.
Velarde. Oh no, it was Hintz or Velarde.
Yeah, it was actually Hintz.
Like, could have gone Velarde there, but I don't know. I really just didn't need a winger. I think if I really put everything together, I probably neglect a wing at a different spot, take a different center, take Velarde instead of Hintz, and then close out. Like, take it instead of a winger that I already took.
I just muted myself for some reason by taking my headset off for a second. So
it was
sorry
fine.
if you threw something at me.
You sound terrible, by the way.
Oh, no, I still can't hear you. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, I can only kind of hear you, if that helps at all. You sound...
This is definitely me. It's just...
You sound like you're... Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing at all.
When I took my headset off for half a second.
When they say it's not you, it's me, they're not talking about this situation right now. Because it is you. It is not me. I do want to look at Long Linguini's final roster quickly. Honestly, yeah. Long Linguini, you didn't cook, but you didn't die.
All right.
Oh, I hear you now.
I'm just
kind of pulled it off.
Hello.
It's going to lose. I can hear you.
What the fuck?
Did you try turning your ears on? Oh, he's gone. And he was sharing his screen, so now it's going to look awfully goofy. Still need 5 more. Yeah, we can run through a few of these teams. Why not? Let's look. I'll start with Bates' team. Leon with Hyman and Bouchard. Personally, I'm not pairing Hyman much with Leon, but I get it. Like, they are correlated on the power play. Bob Thomas with Kyrou makes sense, but they really kind of broke that pairing up a lot last year, but still, I get it. I mean, they could put them back together at any time in the power play. I'm not really in on Sam Bennett all that much, but whatever. Sam Bennett, Reinhart, Seth Jones, a lot of stacks. Leo Carlson, last pick, I'm not taking at all. Bouchard, Seth Jones, Prieko. I don't think there's any inherent bad picks here. Demidov way after ADP. I just feel like it's a fair number of guys that I don't consistently come back to. I don't know. I think it's a good team. I don't have any problems with it. Good stacking, good allocation. Just, I I have 0 Demidov. I still think at 102 is actually a little bit early, personally.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's really hard for me to see him outproducing what Michkov did this year, and I don't think even Michkov was worth that pick last year. So, just I think he's a different player profile, and people are overreacting to the skill, which is definitely there. He's definitely going to be really good, but I think he's going to be really good in like a Logan Cooley type way.
I did not realize that Brett did a 3-8-2-3.
With Lane Hudson, the man is a
he
fucking
took
psychopath.
Cale Makar and Lane Hudson.
Oh, okay. With Cale Makar.
Yeah,
okay.
with Cale
That
Makar.
makes more sense.
I
got hung up on the Michael Misa pick. There's no
Yeah.
word of him playing this year, right?
No, not officially. I mean, I get it. Number 2 overall pick on a Sharks team that has room for him, but are they going to actually put him in, or some absolute bozo the clown? I'm probably not touching Michael Misa this year. If we get confirmation that he's, absolutely smashing at camp and is clearly going to be in the top 6, I guess he'd click the button. But Barkov, Hischier, Misa just feels a little bit thin at center. I don't think I would have gone 8 wingers on this team with the new, 2 flex. I'd probably throw in an extra center if you're going to take a stab on Misa like that.
Yeah, nothing I've read is. I think he's going to play the World Juniors. Like, even if he's in the NHL, I just think he's sort of on like the Will Smith plan from last year versus anything like Macklin Celebrini. So,
right.
We'll
but like
see.
that can
league.
get you there. Like that can get you there in the finals, but like you just can't let your 2 centers be Barkov, Hischier for most of the year.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
One more center.
It's certainly too early to make any broad declarations about that, but that's also in this type of format. Like there's literally guys undrafted who, well, not Freddie Gaudreau or Jordan Stahl, but like, Marco Rossi might play 82 games next to Kirill Kaprizov. Josh Norris, he scored 30 goals. You could almost say any of these guys I would take over. And not that I love them, but it's just I think there's such a risk of a 0 with Misa, and that's just going to be detrimental in a huge way. So
I don't think there's a risk of him being a 0. There's a risk of him being a 0 for the entire best puck season, which makes him a 0 in this format. But I think he plays at some point this season.
I disagree. I think there's a huge chance that he's a 0 come playoff weeks. I think there's a chance he starts the season. He plays his 9 games, does a conditioning stint in the AHL, and then he goes to play World Juniors, and then he comes back and they do the Seneca where they go, all right, now you're going to go play, you're going to go dominate for half of a OHL or WHL season, wherever.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what I was kind of jokingly saying, I guess. Like he doesn't come back for the best puck playoffs, but he's not a 0. He just isn't a scorer in Underdog. Because it's very mean to call a guy a 0. You know what I mean? Like these guys are listening and they have feelings, Matt. Michael Misa probably going to watch this and he's going to hear you say that he's a 0 and he's going to be, I'm frankly, rightfully so pissed.
I just, any more beer league stories you can tell?
I got cut on the hand by a skate recently and it was scary, but it's fine.
How's that recovering?
It actually is completely normal now.
Oh, good. Frankie don't even get me started. Frankie Nazar was invited to the U.S. Olympic camp because he showed up to the World Juniors. But guess who also, or not World Juniors, the World Championships, where USA won the gold for the first time in like 90 years. But Cutter Gauthier had 9 points in 10 games, and guess who didn't get an invite to the fucking camp? Cutter Gauthier, because everyone's disrespecting him. I am the only one who properly respects Cutter Gauthier. Okay. I'm convinced of it.
So I told Matt this earlier. See if he remembers. Who is Cutter Gauthier's best friend?
Damn it! It was someone else who forced their way out of. Oh, Rutger McGroarty.
Rutger McGroarty. These are traitors, Matt. These are traitors against their teams.
That is true.
Obviously, the NHL masterminds that make up these rosters are not going to include people that are traitors. that don't care, that don't respect what they're given.
Locker
Don't
room
understand.
cancers. Oh,
That's
wait,
what
no.
I'm saying. You just can't have them. They're gonna pull the freaking Thomas Harley and leave their country.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for 5. I'm not gonna wait around forever. I still have like 35 things to do
Right.
tonight. We're waiting for 4.
4.
Give it a
Come
little
on,
bit of
people.
time.
Come on,
But
people. We literally
do
had
have-
11 of you in here. You know, we had 9 of you, me and DJ.
Where is Linguini?
Yes, we need the long Linguini men.
To get ready to leave after work tomorrow to go to my cottage. And I have packed up.
What a tough life. What an absolute warrior he is, sitting on here on his computer with us.
I just haven't packed anything, and it's 10:20, and I'm getting old, and I don't stay up till 1 a.m. every night anymore.
That's some weak shit.
Dude,
I was up till 3:30 yesterday. I couldn't.
Why?
I was like, what do I need sleep for?
You don't have to go into an office.
Yeah. So what do I need sleep? Well, how does that require sleep? Jesus Christ! And I worked in the office. I was out drinking 5 nights a week. Because it'd be we're it's 6:30. Let's go grab dinner. All right, and then we'd stay there till 9:30, and like that's.
Sorry, we're not as cool as you.
Now things are different. Now I do hockey stuff and play video games and gamble on stuff all hours of the night.
I got thinking of playing Zelda recently. If that does anything for you.
Moods, you're taking Donk or Zyru 101.
Roy
Obviously
Donk?
Zyru. Get on my level. Donk is not there yet.
Roy Donk?
No, not Roy Donk.
Okay.
What about Mark Donk?
Marcel? No. Wasn't there a player, not Donk?
There's a Mark Bonk. No, Radic Bonk.
Red Bonk.
Marcel Dion. No.
Dion, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm thinking of. Okay. I don't know these players, but we only need one now. I guess me think I'm gonna go pack. People said, "Fuck you." It's time to draft, dumbass.
They're like, we're gonna make your life so difficult. Oliver Bonk coming down the pipeline for the Philadelphia Flyers here.
You know, honestly, a player. I mean, Alex Bump. Is that the craziest possible pick you could make in this format?
God, when you plug, what team is he even on now? I don't even know.
Philly Flyers.
Oh, he is. Okay.
And they said, there was a glowing reviews out of camp about him.
Yep. I mean, you just type in Alex Bump. Let's just see what happens.
It's truly disgusting.
He went apeshit in the NCAA. The average NCAA player, shot some amount. This dude was like, I'm gonna triple that, and we're all just like, okay, that's fine. Still not Michkov. Michkov was unbelievable in the KHL. That is what people forget about Matvei Michkov here. But Alex Bump was super interesting. He's Laferriere 2.0 basically. Like just the level of shot generation and like we saw it translate for Laferriere. Doesn't always translate, Jordan Hayden. Ryan Donato was one of those guys. Obviously, he's a bit of a late bloomer.
Was Bump on Denver? Where was he?
What's that?
Was Bump on Denver?
I thought he was on a smaller school like Western Michigan or something.
Oh my God, it was Western Michigan. That's exactly right.
Okay.
He was on Western Michigan. He was the Western Michigan guy. Oh, fourth again. How fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Western Michigan.
You ask what I'm doing at 3:30 in the morning. It's often things like that. Looking at, oh my God, what is this outlier?
You're doing pumps?
Yeah.
He'll help you stay up late.
Yeah. The stoners out here just like, you doing what?
Yeah. I honestly think if you drafted Alex Bump with your last pick, I'd allow it. I would say, I would have to just say, you know what, fuck it, man.
That is the sort of pick. I mean, that is the Alex Laferriere. I don't think I was drafting him in July last year, going like, yeah, you gotta take this guy. But it was, it was mid-September, and it's like this dude's playing in the top 6 regularly. Like, you pay attention to camp, and you get a sense, okay, this guy's actually going to do stuff. you look and go, if this guy is allowed to do stuff, he will do stuff, then that is the perfect type of late round guy to just mix in when it makes sense. If you take a Michkov and you're sick of taking Zegras with them, because who else are you going to take with a late round Michkov? That's the sort of thing where if he's playing in the top 9, by all means, click the name, see what happens. Like it's not a good thing to do for 10% of your team, but if you take him, 3-4 times like I did Laferriere, sometimes you catch a diamond in the rough. I think it's fun. I don't think it's harmful. If you're going to take a guy who's got hype but no fantasy, well, like true upside, that's a little different of a story. So, DJ, how do you feel about this? We're separated by 2 picks now.
I'm not tired. You're tired. I don't want to draft the same team again, so I'm gonna not, no matter what. But I'm going to probably take Kucherov. If I don't get Matthews, so is what it is. Oh, I get Matthews. Life is good. God is good.
Life is
give me Austin Matthews or give me death.
Yeah. I personally don't care who I get between Pasta and Draisaitl. I really want to say Kaprizov belongs in there, but then every time I go to look at it, I just can't like find it in me to be like Kaprizov's a better pick than Leon Draisaitl. And I don't know why. I don't think that's mathematically true, but something about it just feels wrong. And so I'm not sure.
It's being a coward.
I mean, sure.
It's a little bit rude of me to say out loud, but
that's the only thing you know about me. You know enough.
Mark does make a good point. What a legend does, generally speaking, not like to take goalies ever. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you, you could convince me that Kaprizov finishes number 1 in the entire NHL in underdog scoring, and you could convince me that he's as low as 7. But I don't think you could convince me he's anywhere lower than 7.
Yeah, you know what I should have done for my Garfield piece? I should have just said, what if we just said Kaprizov did what he did through when he got hurt? Yeah. And then what does his season look like there? Because I think because he came back and he was not the same. I don't think he was back for long, so I don't think it would have a huge impact on his numbers. But
he was so fucking
I should have done that.
Oh my God,
he was unbelievable. And for that matter, Matt Boldy. What did Matt Boldy look like up until the injury? That kind of thing. I should have done that. But hey, maybe we'll do a part 2 at some point here. If we have enough examples of players like that, I'm happy to do the post hoc analysis of like, oh, what if? But yeah,
I would agree.
Ooh, Wookie getting spicy here. Kaprizov over Pasta. I personally think Pasta should be drafted ahead of Kucherov, and that's weird because Kucherov is the reigning Art Ross, I think ×2. Is that the
doer of things, David Pastrnak? Yeah, I mean that is certainly.
I mean,
a doer of things.
Maybe it's just a long linguini in me, but I do prefer Pasta. All right, Draisaitl Marner, Draisaitl Reinhart, Draisaitl Vasi. I feel like I've done a lot of Draisaitl Reinhart recently because I feel like I'm just pulling a bunch of 6 and 7s, but I'll do Vasi. Let's see.
Time to tickle some degens. I know. I wish Linguini was back. I just want more Linguini. All right.
Yeah. Who do we have? Is
dog.
Miles in the chat? He's got a badge. I don't recognize the name though. I recognize everyone else in here.
Let me. I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. I think that name rings a bell, but
what a legend! Grabbing Celebrini. You're pissing DJ off. Be careful.
I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't. I will not apologize for not seeing it either. Just don't see it. But yeah, I don't know. The thing is about Celebrini is one of my other favorite bets was his under on goals, which only got there because he got hurt and missed some time. He certainly would have gone over. But I feel like to pay off that ADP, he's got to pop at least 35. At the very, like, I mean, it's got to be maybe even closer to, I don't know, at least 35. Right?
They're like Connor Bedard numbers.
40? He's got about 40 goals.
Yeah, I mean, it
I mean,
depends. Like that's the thing with Celebrini. We don't really know what his fantasy profile is. That's kind of what I was saying about like the Sid discussion. Like, yeah, we know Sid's not going to like light the lamp as far as fantasy scoring because he's going to get a lot of assists, but not a ton of anything else as far as shots and hits and whatever. He's going to be fine in those categories, but he's not going to, like meet his upside that way. And I don't think we know enough about Celebrini to say for sure, what he's going to be. But, oh, my God, I could get Werenski at 30 if I wanted to here.
What did you get him last time? 29?
I think it was 29, yeah.
Yeah.
That's no fun. Give me Ovi.
Okay. Let's just let Werenski get all the way back to me again.
Yeah.
Nah,
Wookie will take him.
Wookie makes the rational decision.
Kaprizov, Boldy, Werenski. Not a bad start, if I may say so myself.
I just really wanted Cole Caulfield. I decided to throw caution to the wind and take my boy.
Yeah,
like, that's a guy who can score 40.
Jack Hughes, J-Rob, Tage is also pretty fucking scary. I do like
that's
that
a lot of points.
A lot.
Are there any starts you don't like?
I feel like Hellebuck goes a little too early. If Hellebuck went after Kyle Connor on average, but like the Hellebuck starts are a little weird because I go Eichel Forsberg, Eichel Connor, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I see Eichel Hellebuck, and I'm just kind of like, I feel like there's better 2v2s of like the 4th and 5th round goalies. But it's not like Hellebuck's bad at all. It's just I think he goes like 5 spots too early.
Yeah, this is certainly also the latest I've ever seen Matt Tkachuk sit on the board correctly, of course, but definitely has falling quite a bit. Yeah,
I was in a slow draft and I saw he was on the clock for me. I think around the 55 range. I haven't checked in on if he went or not. I think it was 59 actually. So, and I was thinking like, is this the time to pull the trigger? But I didn't. I honestly don't know, like in that thought experiment, where I would actually rank him because it's just such an unknown. Like there's just no way to properly project how many games he plays and like what he does during the playoff weeks, as far as like availability and like are they using him on back-to-backs and things like that, like given his injury and his prioritization of the Olympics and the playoffs.
I planned on this being my Nick Suzuki Caulfield draft. Miles decided that was not going to happen. So now I'm kind of struggling to see what I want to do.
I don't think I'm getting Michkov back to me, so I'm just going to grab him here. I'll reach.
Okay. GA, you take Tage when you can get Tage, but you don't jump a mile ahead to take Tage. All right, I'll let you click on it.
Yeah, I was clicking it.
Fuck, I don't like this. I don't like this. All right, I am going to be. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm going to be a big idiot and take Roman Josi. That's what I'm going to do.
I don't mind that.
Because I kind of think I'm going to be okay everywhere else right now. I won't be mentally. Dylan Gunther was never getting back to me, but that was the other guy I was between.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Yep.
And Sorokin was next.
DJ, did you see the Cliffy tweet from today about
No.
Jack Benson?
Was it good or bad?
We're gonna do a DJ Reacts live after my pick here.
Okay. I'm ready to be amazed or very sad very shortly. Damn. Between a couple guys, gonna have to make a pick here next. But man, do I think I know what I'm doing and I'm not gonna like it? Well, Bedard was who I wanted.
That is
Not who I got.
unfortunate for you. Yeah, Kachuk's still hanging out.
I'll let someone else do it. You know what? Bucket dog. I'll take Seth Jarvis.
Seth Jarvis.
I'm gonna push goalie even a little further because I am stupid.
Bob goes. I don't thinking about it.
Yeah, I probably should have gone Bob,
PD.
but I didn't.
I wonder. I'm gonna. I like Jake Sanderson, but I feel like it's kind of silly to. Not silly to take him. Just not what I want to do here. So I'll just keep piling up the wings. Yeah, I'll just keep piling up my wingers. Right. And here's
Live.
DJ Reacts Live. I'm going to read it out loud because I know reading's not your
it's a little small. Well, it's kind of small.
Want to see something neat? Here are the per 60-minute rates of goals, primary assists, total points, or total assists and points, as well as shot attempts per goal at 5-on-5 over the past 2 years for Connor Bedard and Zach Benson. And they basically look like the same on those 5 stats. So
yeah, I think Zach Benson's better than Connor Bedard. Perfect.
Yeah.
Zach Benson is a very gifted offensive player. He just doesn't shoot. We need him to shoot. If he doesn't shoot, that one draft I took him in and looked like a fucking idiot is gonna suffer.
Yeah. So yeah, that is DJ Reacts Live to Cliffy tweets from this morning.
I like Zach Benson quite a heck of a lot. He's also very good defensively.
All right.
And
McCurds did it. He grabbed Makachuk. He stopped the worldwide horror.
Yeah, 56. Honestly, I think the right answer is somewhere, I would say, in the 70s. Personally,
was that intentional here on the Curds? I want to hear from you. Make sure that wasn't an auto pick.
I really wanted Kemper or Saros, and they go back to back. That is tough. Tough noodles. Man, they're really gonna let you get Jake Sanderson, anyways, huh?
That would be pretty funny. All right, McCurds is in. So he's saying that Makachuk's value is somewhere between 56 and like 22, where his ADP is. All right, one pick away.
One more pick.
Honestly, I'm fine with either of Sanderson or Cat. Honestly, I was not. I almost took Sider at that pick, but then I was like, I'm not getting to bring it back, just with how wing heavy these rooms are. But I mean, the run went center goalie here, so shit. I'm gonna go Sando. All right. But yeah, definitely I need to be thinking about goalies. I have Vasi, but we know that these lobbies are frothy on goalies. And yeah, again, the room went pretty center heavy, and I was not expecting it to right before me. So Degen gets Cat.
I shall stop the bleeding. Yep. I was
First
gonna take
goalie
Cat,
in.
but
Yeah.
Yep. I kind of the ejection button was getting hit there. Legend still goalieless through 70, of course. So I like a lot of players on the board right now for my team in general. So I'm fine. I at least had to get one here.
Yeah, latest on Matt Tkachuk is I do not think it's been confirmed he's had the surgery. So they could be trying to pull LTIR shenanigans a la like Evander Kane, where they just kind of said, hey, get your surgery in September. That way you're healthy come opening night. That's what I'm guessing they're doing. But because he wants to play in the Olympics, that throws a wrench into things. So I'm honestly not sure. Maybe him being on LTIR through the Olympic break, though, clears up enough cap room. Because I don't think you build cap room. So like you would just need to trade Evan Rodriguez after the Four Nations or something. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the capologists would say about that situation, but that's at least my uninformed opinion that what they might be trying to do. All right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up with 0% Matt the Chuck, and I'll sleep just fine.
Mhm.
Oh
I'm
man,
I'm gonna have 0.5 because I already have one.
very, very, very tough decision here. I think I'm gonna go with Aho with Jarvis, but I could also go Nyes with Matthews. I think I'm gonna go with Aho though, and just get a
Very
little bit more
nice.
center going on. I don't have any Aho Jarvis yet, I don't think, and if they are like the 5-on-5 power play sort of put together situation, Ehlers brings out the best in both of them, maybe, or whatever. I kind of like the idea of getting some of that action. Carolina loves to shoot. It feels like there's a lot of upside there, so I'll grab it. Matty Nyes feels a little bit early at 75, in all honesty, but I certainly understand the pick. He just doesn't really shoot much. So you're really hoping for kind of the other categories, the power play role, 30 plus goals. I feel like you're really finding yourself looking for a lot of things to go right for him to possibly beat Kevin Fiala, who I like more. So yeah.
All right. I took Mr. Timo time. I could have taken Konechny with the Michkov. It's totally fine. I just wanted the player that I felt better about week to week, putting up a bunch of points, and not necessarily worried about the upside. Because I think I'm going to get some stack pieces later on that I'm comfortable with between Washington, St. Louis, Ottawa. There's pieces that I can still stack my early picks on and not worry about grabbing Konechny when I don't feel super strongly about him.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Well, this has certainly been an interesting lobby of
the goalie round is
should not have fucking waited on goalie.
Yep. I almost insta regretted the Timo when I saw Dostal, Bennington, Thompson go. But hey, we'll see. We'll see what comes back.
You
to
live,
us.
you learn. You love, you learn. You cry, you learn. I don't remember all the lyrics from Alanis Morissette's infamous song "You Learn," but I'm trying. I'm sure we were all thinking it. I just was brave enough to
you
sing
go
it.
to the cottage. You learn. I think is one
Could
of them.
be. Gotta hang out with family once in a while, Going golfing at Seven Oaks on Friday. I'm not sure. Did we ever go to Seven Oaks together? I don't know if we ever did.
I've never been to Seven Oaks. No.
Okay. Well, if you want to,
I think when we used to go to the cottage, you didn't golf that much, and you would never spend that amount of money on golfing. Anyway.
If you want to lose a bunch of pride and golf balls and money, I know where to go. Last time I did break 100 there, though.
DraftKings.com.
So.
Oh no, you said golf balls, not just money.
Yeah. Okay. I can live with it, but what's my handicap? I will say whatever shooting 92 every time you play is. So
that's basically mine.
20
and mine's about a 16 and a half on the again. Depends on what you play, of course, but literally I'm like a if you penciled me in for 93, I'm pretty much at that every time.
My over under is 92 and a half for sure. Depending on the course. There's some obviously my penciled me in at Seven Oaks for like a 96. I am a consistent irons player, and everything else is bad. There you go.
Here we are looking at goalies.
Yeah. I don't want to look at them.
I will just grab. There's a few here. Let's just make sure I'm not missing an obvious. Nope.
Doug Dimmadov. All right. Fuck it. life only hands you Nikolai Ehlers. Oh, I'm not on the clock. Well, if Tickle My DJ takes Ehlers, then what I was about to say
Yeah.
goes away. But I was gonna do the Aho Jarvis Ehlers. Okay, it brings it back to me. I'm just gonna do it. It feels like a unique, interesting 3, man.
I did want to take Batherson with the Sanderson pick, but I felt like there was such a risk that I would not get any of Decord, Stolars, Vejmelka. Like I just needed my goalie 2 to be someone I like kind of trusted. So I just took it and said,
That's what separates me from you.
What are you talking about? You have one goalie.
Yeah.
You're going to run into the exact situation that I just laid out.
Nah, I think I'll be fine.
Famous last words. It's that meme. What are you going to do? Stab me? Guy who got stabbed.
That's exactly what's happening here tonight. I've been over here grabbing my 3rd Carolina Hurricane before pick 100, and I'm just like, I think I'm fine. I just got one goalie. We're good. We'll be okay. We'll buff out those scratches, Captain. I mean, if either Stolars or Vejmelka are still there after these next 2 picks, one of them will be ending up in my goalie tandem, the triad or whatever. But
yep, I think you survived it.
I'm going to survive it.
Survived it though. So
all right, Stolars goes. I will take Vejmelka. Yeah. I would have taken Stolars, but Vejmelka feels more cemented in a starting role. So whatever. Hill, Vejmelka. I mean, I like my team a lot. I'm not. Besides Carolina, I haven't stacked incredibly well.
Yep. All right. I am just not even going to bother playing the reindeer games of. Oh, not that.
You're not
of 3rd goalie. I'm just going to say one of these guys is on my roster. Which one?
Fantasy Decord isn't horrendous.
It's fine. I just don't want to be in a spot in a bit where.
Yeah, well, me neither, but I'm going to be.
Edmonton or Detroit or. Yeah, this is fine.
You're out of time, so
yeah.
I hope you like Stuart Skinner. I have a lot of Skinner.
I do believe Stu Skinner will be on my team.
I think that there's of this mix, like that's still left. There's the incredible amount of hesitation in every one of them. Like Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was the golden child last year, but Buffalo goes out and gets Alex Lyon because they clearly don't trust him. John Gibson, again, I think is the best goalie in Detroit, but it's incredibly easy to make an argument against him. And there's a bunch of other guys that could clearly take the net if he's not doing well. Spencer Knight is in Chicago. Korchekov seems bad, and Carolina just will not give him enough run. You know, you go down the list and you're just like, there's big problems all around. So we'll see. I will probably end up with one of them though. So that's the lot in life I have.
Yeah. That's the price you pay for that Aho Nick Ehlers. I think Wookie's team is interesting right next to me here. He said Kaprizov Boldy. My job is done. Defenseman and then 3 goalies, 3 wings or 3 centers with his next 7 picks. So, hopefully Kaprizov doesn't get hurt again. Hopefully he's right that Kaprizov is better than Pasta because right now he's going to need it.
That is true.
Here's what the board looks like.
Yeah, the goalie run has gone down a good bit here. Yeah, I kind of need a little bit of everything right now. Don't love that feeling of just feeling like every position's a little bit thin. But honestly, I think winger is fine. Reinhart, Caulfield, Jarvis, Ehlers isn't bad. That's a nice little wing room. A lot of good ADP value I've taken. And Roman Josi at 45, it's kind of one of those picks that we're either going to look back on and say what a bunch of absolute fucking ass clowns we were for not taking Roman Josi higher, or this diagnosis is actually a problem. He's not going to be able to get back to his normal self. And,
Yeah.
this team is probably dust if that happens. So
it's I mean it's like a very miniature version of the Christian McCaffrey Rorschach test that you could do. Like, oh, Christian McCaffrey like missed all that time, but if he plays, he's gonna be one of the highest projected players on any slate. Like, obviously Yossi's not quite that high, but like I think he's gonna project better than Zach Werenski if he's fully healthy.
Yeah.
And the teams are roughly the way we expect them to perform. I don't have any stacking considerations, but Shea Theodore's here. So I'm just going to take Shea Theodore. I'm just going to keep loading up on the guy who lost their number one defenseman and is glued to Jack Eichel's hip, who just added Mitch Marner. So, yeah, I'm going to take Shea Theodore and be very happy about that.
Yep. I am going to probably flip a coin here with, UPLer John Gibson, and wouldn't have really cared either way, so I'll take John Gibson and close out goalie with Hill, Vijmelka, and John Gibson. I think both of them are similar. I think both of them are similar skill level teams, and I could see either of them, if they play well, being incredibly valuable in best puck. So, yeah, fine with that. Don't hate the goalies, but I hate all goalies equally. So it's fine.
Yeah, Tom says, am I insane ranking Skinner ahead of Veggie Stolars? No, I don't think so at all. That's totally reasonable, and it's just a factor of team strength. I mean, predicting goalie performance year to year is an insane thing to do. So the logical extreme to that is Edmonton will be significantly better, and there's really no risk to the workload. I mean, all the John Gibson rumors, all the Tristan Jarry stuff, nothing has happened. And it's been years of this now for Skinner. We're basically a year and a half removed from Stu Skinner's going to start for the 2026 Canadian Olympic team. That didn't happen, but I don't think this guy is at much risk to lose his job. When you consider how strong the team is, I have no problem taking him ahead of Veggie Stolars. Am I rushing to take him where I took Joey Decord? Probably not, but if his ADP was there, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, how can you take him this high? So it's just kind of one of those things where I don't want to be too overexposed to many goalies, if any, but I could totally see the argument for Skinner over those guys, and I think I would make it myself if I had to, which again, I don't really have to because I can just lay a blanket of exposures about 10-15% and call it that.
It's great. I'll take Slavkovsky with Caulfield. I will
yeah, that's right, GA. Overexposed Shea Theodore 3rd year in a row, and I'll fucking do it again.
What's the worst that could happen? Hold on, let me look back at his last 3 years.
Oh boy. All right. So I definitely need some forward help.
I know you're gonna take.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tippett. Sticking out like a sore.
It was Tippett or Slavkovsky, and I just said, "Fuck it, dog. You got Cole Caulfield. Just take Slavkovsky this time."
Yep, makes sense.
I don't think they're. I mean, Slavkovsky is going to get the run. He's going to get the power play role. He's probably going to be in a spot to feed off of Demidov's passing and Suzuki's passing. And if Caulfield isn't shooting, I think it's because, or scoring that power play goal, it's probably because Slavkovsky's kind of jamming it in front of the net. So there's reason to think that he has a lot more upside in the tank. So yeah, nice little pair, starting to build out some stacks.
Yeah, just another year GA of the absolute most bull case for Shea Theodore possible with the Pietrangelo quasi-retirement. Shea Theodore's going to kill penalties. He blocks shots now. That's what's going to happen the first month of the season, and I'm going to be rich, and then he's going to have some fluke thing happen in a garbage exhibition contest and absolutely crater me.
Are you bitter?
Like when he broke,
by chance?
Like when he broke his wrist at the stupid fucking thing that I wrote the article calling it a stupid fucking thing.
Okay. Well, it's okay to be wrong.
And did I even write? Yeah, I wrote an article about it and called it stupid. Yes, I did. I was like, did I do that? I did that.
Everyone loved it, and you're a grumpy old man.
I am grumpy. It hurt Shea Theodore. It literally hurt everybody. Several star players missed the rest of the season. Cool.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Great.
the answer is no because I sent you Eric Andre clip recently, but the Eric Andre clip where he goes into the museum and he falls on art and then he just goes, "This art hurt me," and he starts just smashing it. That is literally you of like, oh, look at this thing, this shiny new thing, and then it hurts you and you just go crazy on it. That is exactly what happened here.
I
And I will
buy
not
that.
hear it otherwise.
All right. Yeah, I did not think Wookie was taking Sam Bennett, but I guess I didn't even have time to get the words out.
Sam Bennett
If
is still there, yeah.
if Makachuk misses a bunch of time, I mean, I think he's going to be power play one. Like, you know, it obviously could be Marchand. It could be a number of things, but I'm not too concerned about Bennett, especially, you know, because if Makachuk plays, obviously Bennett gets to play with Makachuk. So I think there's enough floor and safety here and enough upside for him to be reasonable almost any, you know, in any lobby, any room or whatever. I would be surprised, I guess, if he didn't rise up the boards over time. You know, because love me some Zibanejad this year as much as the next guy, but Miki Zibanejad did not just win the Conn Smythe. You know, like still
I am gonna
Strome, Horvat, Byfield. I don't know. I think there's an argument for him over all those guys.
I'm gonna close out my wing room with Reinhart, Caulfield, Jarvis, Ehlers, Slavkovsky, and Marchessault to go with Roman Josi. Yep, I fucked myself royally because there goes Morgan Riley and Derek Carlson. So now defense is gonna be the same fucking shit I got myself in the last time because I'm an idiot. But whatever. If Roman Josi's bad, I die, and if he's good, I live. So,
yep. Some not too.
I could really use some defense right now.
Frankie V's out there. Nobody wants some Frank Vetrano action.
Sadly, I do not need any more wingers, but I get why you click the button.
Tom, stop. We're not doing this until September. We're 10 days away from, or we're 12 days away from doing this, Tom. Not yet.
Yeah, Mackie Samoskevich is going to be useful in the regular season and just thrown into the dumpster at the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to be out here taking Mackey versus Macklin bets, you know, straight up.
Why do I continuously completely fuck myself on defense every draft? You think I'd learned, but I don't.
Yeah. All right. So Cousins goes. My Anderson backstack options dried up then with me not taking Batherson or not taking Cousins, instead taking Sam Bennett and Joey Decord. I can't imagine what I did in this life to deserve this fate, but that's me.
Yep. I am once again taking washed up John Carlson because I'm out of options.
I am on the clock. I have 5 wings. I'm going to grab a center. I am going to just grab Monahan again. I think Monahan is just undervalued. So
I think that's fair.
I have... Do I have any other options here? St. Louis, Washington. Like, I could go McMichael if I really wanted to, but OV McMichael's not a huge thing. I have Vegas, Ottawa. I don't think there's any Ottawa pieces I would take.
I've seen Zetterly get drafted. I get the rates.
Yeah.
But it kind of feels like you're...
Let's see. What am I back on? 9 picks. What does Ottawa look like? Or not? Wait, yeah, Ottawa. Yeah, not too crazy on a permanent basis, and then you got to assume wins a role up here somewhere where like Claude Giroux is or something. When I just don't think that's overly likely. And yeah, this is Cousins Batherson after the trade, so you can see they look much better, or they looked much worse when we did our season preview showing them, because this was the full year. This is largely percentages driven. You see these points numbers are pretty high, but I think there's enough proof of concept that those guys they elevated in my personal perspective, how I'm thinking about the Senators here. So, all right. Anything else that I need to be thinking about? Sam Bennett, obviously, like Erod or someone I could stack, but I don't know.
I've run out of stacking mates, I feel like.
GA, you son of a bitch. You outed me again, didn't you? Well, looks like a LaFerrier Clark ending.
That's sort of where my head's almost at too. I will not be taking Schaefer, by the way, Bait. I mean, it's just unnecessary to take Matthew Schaefer on a team that sucks when he's very unlikely going to see power play one role to start. I think he gets there, but
yeah.
Well, Luke Hughes goes, so now my other pick is gone. I'm actually
thinking of him with Timo.
Oh my God. I'm actually thinking about taking Jackson LaCombe. Just being the stupidest fucking slappy in the fucking world.
Maltesers, like, nah. Me first.
Oh, God. I just need. Oh, there goes Jack Quinn. Oh, I was kidding.
Oh shit, Jack Quinn. Let's go. We have Wookie. That one was telegraphed from a mile away. Kaprizov Boldy. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, I know. I considered Buoyum too here, but I didn't think I was gonna get him.
I'm just gonna take the value here. Morgan Geeky, I like him. I need a guy. I'm not really at all stacked on this team, so. Okay. I don't know. This might be a forget it team. Michkov and Tippett's there, but nothing else going for it.
I'm just gonna take Poirier and say he gets more run on St. Louis power plays or something. I don't fucking know. I haven't taken him yet. Whatever. He missed time last year, right? I'm not losing my mind.
Yeah, he hurt his leg in overtime right before the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or maybe came back right before the playoffs.
He played 64 games. So
yeah. I remember watching it. This was one of the games they were in LA or something like that, and they went to overtime, and he got beat and went to turn, and his knee just said nope. So that was a particularly rough one that I remember.
Marco Casper, come on down.
Yep,
salvaging this team. I'm salvaging it.
Yeah, I'm trying to just invent a stack out of thin air here, and it's not going great, I gotta say.
No, this draft got away from me on stacks. I get my Caulfields, Sapkowski, I get my Ehlers, Jarvis, Aho, and I get my Marchessault with
he's
Yossi, but
why the fuck is Matt Savoy?
A lot of the other things I liked did not come together.
All right, screw it. I will just take a defenseman and Jake Wallman and say that, actually, well, you see, guys, this is actually the perfect stack because McDavid plays all of his time with Bouchard Ekholm, and Draisaitl is going to play all of his time with Jake Wallman. Therefore, if Leon Draisaitl has a massive season, Jake Wallman to the moon, baby, let's go. No, I tried.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, see, this is what 2 years ago Moods would have done. He would have just been like, well, I took Michkov. I'm going to take Jamie Drysdale too. But Drysdale just does nothing. So his ceiling is where Adam Fox is being drafted right now. And that's if he somehow becomes as good as Adam fucking Fox. It's just not happening. So if you're telling me that, because when I take a guy like Zellweger or Clark, it's because I could legitimately see a world where I'm going, okay, in 5 years, am I taking Brant Clark or Jake Sanderson? I think that's a legitimate conversation one could be having. I just don't see that world with Jamie Drysdale. He just doesn't offer enough as far as fantasy rate stats. So I'm not going to force things in that way. I'll take the boring, dumb guy Jake Wallman, who's probably not getting a lick of power play time, but he blocked 74 million shots and, gets up the ice and stuff offensively. Rasmus Ristolainen. No, dude, Sports isn't there anymore. So I think the one thing Tocchet will do is he will play Michkov with the good offensive players and not just the fucking plugs who play good defense. So
I'm going to take a center with my last pick, and I'm debating between two. We'll see who gets there, but I will let you break the tiebreaker if we need to.
Oh god.
You taking William Karlsson?
No, I want to look at Barbashev. Yeah, no, not interested.
Come on, Barbie.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, I figured. I mean, I know I have. Well,
Kiefer
looking like-
Sherwood.
That's exactly what I wanted. I mean, I have Ryan Donato in the holster if I need it, like just to get a guy who I really like.
Yeah,
But late round guys, New Jersey.
I know.
I don't think there's anything there with Nason or Mercer. Those are fine options, but I want to wait for September, training camp to actually be taking those guys. So I'll just take Ryan Donato and hope that I hit the right combination of one-offs with this team. I probably didn't need to take the cord here. Oh,
PLD with Carlson, or did you guys take Josh Norris for the 50th time?
Does it matter? I don't know.
Doesn't.
Just take PLD, whatever.
Cool. I will. Probably could have even gone winger, but I just feel like I'd rather get one more center in the mix here. With Matthews, Aho, and Casper. I don't know. PLD is just as good as these bum ass wingers.
Yeah, Reinhardt and Matthews give you some element of taking a full-on flyer on a guy, a freaking Bobby McMahon or a Matthias Michelli or Mackie Samoskevich, just basically saying, if that guy gets the top line role, I have the absolute nut pairing sort of deal. Versus, I don't think Sam and Samoskevich is the nut pairing, so I'm not but if you want to get super aggressive, I think that's the time to do it when you're I have this fantasy superstar who needs to be the top, 7 to 8 player for this team to be truly playoff or, championship worthy. So that might have been something I thought about, but I'm doing
let's close this out though, because I got 40 things to do and we've been on for 2 hours. So
okay.
I'm just losing steam.
All right. I mean, I don't have much else to close out on. Make sure you go read my newsletter, moods.beehive.com. There's some fun Garfield intro stuff, and there's my manifesto update. When it loads, unfortunately. So yeah, manifesto update too. So go read that. And DJ, anything you want to plug?
If you're not subscribed on YouTube and you're one of the 15 people watching this on YouTube, I'd be pretty surprised. But it says that only 75% of the people that are watching my YouTube are subscribed. So the 25% of you, I don't understand. If you're watching to this point and you haven't clicked subscribe, it's pretty sad. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't know. If anyone has a small to medium-sized business and they're looking to set up a 401k, you can reach out to me at work.
Okay. DM DJ on X to get that business card.
Send it over.
Alrighty. Not sure when we'll do this next week. We'll discuss that when the time comes. My plan is for the next few days at least. I'm gonna be posting a video, but if you follow me on Twitter and in Discord and stuff, you'll know when I do that. Basically, I'll just be clipping up a draft I do and posting it on YouTube. 15 minutes or so, where it's not the full draft, but just me talking about my specific picks and maybe some other stuff that I think of, but very short, very not spending 2 hours just chit-chatting about nothing, because I honestly don't think I'd be very good at that. I need someone like DJ to yell at when I do it. So we'll try that. We'll see how it goes. And hopefully once the calendar turns, guys like Josh and Cliffy will be doing more streams so that we have more than just one a week in the Best Puck lobby, because it's a great game.
It's the best game. The only game that matters.
DJ, you want to close this out of here? I see you're losing steam as we go. So
I'm gonna go into this here background. I'm gonna go lay on the ice. From all the people here at the Morningscape podcast, we thank you very much for taking this ride with us this evening. Please remember to tip your waitress, and have a wonderful Wednesday evening. From Matt, from Doug, and from myself, have a good slate, everybody, and we will see ya.